Radio Clyde Tigers racing against the reigning league champions Poole Pirates in their first home National League meeting of the 1990 season. Now we'll go over to Chris.
Well, Neil, are you feeling confident for tonight?
Listen, do you not like my working gear, Chris? Do you notice?
Yes, it's really cool, yes.
Yes, I'm confident tonight, quite seriously. The boys have been getting a bit of stick for a couple of away meetings away from home, but, you know, we got 36 at Middlesbrough and we got 31, you know, so I mean, there's no big deal in not scoring a lot of points away from home. I'm confident the boys are wound up for tonight. Poole are going to be a hard match, and, you know, typical of the Poole promotion, we admire immensely, and they've pulled another stroke, you know, and they've signed a Dane for tonight, young guy Tommy Knudsen. Hell, we'll take them all on. Give us Hans Nielsen along with Poole, we'll take them. Yes, I'm genuinely confident. No bullshit for tonight, guys, we're going to win, promise you.
And is Shane riding?
Shane is riding. I've told him to limp, he's not even limping. Oh, I don't know, can't teach these Aussies anything. Yes, he is riding.
OK then, thanks a lot then, Neil.
Thanks a lot, Chris, take care. Bye.
Well, Charlie, it's the league champions tonight. How do you think the boys will cope?
Hopefully the same as we coped last year. We coped admirably last year, and that was with Poole's inclusion of Lee Adams, who was a bit of a star man last year. Well, he's not there this year. They might have somebody to take his place, I don't know. Hopefully we'll come out on top.
Today they've signed Tommy Knudsen. Does that send any shivers of worry through the camp?
I remember Tommy fine, when Ole and Tommy and I'll busking myself all rode together at Coventry. These were the days. I'm glad to see he's made a comeback. He's a wasted talent, that boy. I mean, he had a bad arm injury, I know, but it's good to see that he's back. It's just a pity we couldn't entice him to Glasgow.
Are you looking forward to racing against your old teammate then?
Oh, excellent. Me and Tommy? Well, like that. I'm waiting to get chased. I'll see you later.
Have a good one.
Bye, Christopher. Bye.
People look comfy.
Don't even get a seatbelt.
Well, Jimmy, do you think the lads will do the stuff out in the track tonight?
Well, they better do. As you know, I've been away for a couple of weeks, so we've had a long talk since I've been back, and all the boys have been working hard on their bikes. You know, they've had a few bits and problems beginning of the year, which happens sometimes. Unfortunately, it's just went on a bit longer than normal. But Stevie's found most of his problems, and the rest of the lads have been working hard on their bikes. So tonight they've got to prove that they've got their problems sorted out. So it's a good team to try out against, you know, Poole, because obviously they're going to be a hard team to beat, so they have to do their stuff.
So do you think after you've bitten their ear tonight they're going to do it in style?
Well, I hope so. I mean, I certainly hope so. We've got a good night for it, so they've got no excuses tonight, so the buck stops here sort of thing, you know, so hopefully we'll be saying the same after the match.
Well, let's hope that your head's not in the chopping block. Thanks a lot, Jim.
Right, OK.
Well, Jason, it's the league champions tonight. How do you think you'll cope with them?
Good, I hope. I've ridden against most of the boys before, over at home and that, and I just hope that I can hold it together and do well tonight.
The sun's shining, looks like a nice night for Speedway. You're looking forward to the meeting?
I am now. It's nice weather, actually. It's probably been the best week we've had.
A bit reminiscent of the weather back home?
Yeah, it's nice.
Well, the best of luck then, and thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Judging by the team's performances so far, do you think Poole are in again in the running for the league championship?
I think it's early stages to say anything at the moment.
And how's your season started?
It got off to a reasonably good start, and then the last few weeks I've had a few bike problems, so I've switched to my brother's bike because he's out with injury at the moment, so it's all unknown at the moment. I'll just see how it goes tonight.
What about tonight? Do you think Poole will be able to go away with the 2 points?
I don't know. I've never seen this place before, so you know, I don't know how the rest of the boys ride it, but we're confident, so we'll just do our best.
Well, good luck for tonight. Thanks very much.
Good evening and welcome once again to Shawfield Stadium, where tonight's visitors are none other than the National League champions of 1989, the reigning champions, the Poole Echo Pirates. Always a big occasion when Poole are in town, and no exception tonight. A strong lineup who will be sure to test the Radio Clyde Tigers. There's been a bit of controversy involving Poole in the past week or so. They've attempted to sign Carl Blackbird, but the National League Management Committee have ruled that he must go to Edinburgh, so he's not in the Poole colours tonight. We're just looking at Gary Chessel, who's moved down to Swindon, Poole rather, from Swindon, where he rode last season, and he'll be a strong number 1 for them. At number 2, Gary Allen, son of Goog Allen, and a very useful second string indeed. Next to him, the skipper of the side, the man who lifted the National League trophy last year, Alan Rossiter. Number 4, probably the star man for the Echo Pirates, Craig Boyce. Next to him at number 5, you'll have to excuse me, I haven't caught up with the team lineups yet, but I do think that is probably Steve Langdon. We'll confirm that later. And number 6, a man who nearly rode in Scotland with Edinburgh. He had talks with them, but eventually signed for Poole. That's Rod Cahoon in the colourful leathers. And at number 7, we'll need to catch up with the name of that young man as well. Apologies for not having the names. We'll move over to the Tigers now. We all know who the Tigers are. We'll be having a look at them right now. Starting with the skipper, the man who hasn't started the season terribly well, but I think that's mainly due to bike trouble, and I expect him to go well tonight, Steve Lawson. Next to Steve, Charlie McKenna, a very strong opening pairing for the Tigers. At number 3, the top Tiger, Kenny McKenna. At number 4, in yet another new set of leathers it seems, Shane Bowes, the big favourite here with the crowd. And he's supposed to be riding with a broken ankle tonight. He looks fit enough to me, but we'll see how he goes out on the track. Next in line at number 5 is Sean Courtney, the recent signing from Berwick, having a good season so far with the Tigers. At number 6, the lanky figure, the one and only testimonial man himself, Jeff Powell. And down at number 7, the shy-looking figure of Jason Lyons, who's perhaps been the biggest sensation of the season so far here at Shawfield. So that's the lineups. We'll be confirming the name of the 2 Poole riders we weren't sure about later on. A tremendous match in prospect. Radio Clyde Tigers versus the league champions, the Echo Pirates from Poole. Here we go, the opening race. Just to fill in a couple of Poole names we weren't sure about on the parade. Number 5 was indeed Steve Langdon, and number 7, no surprise we didn't know him, it's Tom Knudsen, young Danish rider and a new signing for Poole. This is Heat 1, the rider on the inside is Gary Chessel, next to him Steve Lawson. Gate 3 it's Gary Allen, and on the outside Charlie McKenna of the Radio Clyde Tigers. And a lengthy delay at the tapes there. Gary Chessel gates well. Steve Lawson cuts inside him on the first corner. Chessel comes back to take the lead. The Tigers on his tail. And Steve Lawson hard inside Chessel, who's gone far too wide. In fact, he stopped. I beg his pardon. I thought he was taking the corner rather poorly, but he had machine problems. So now Gary Allen left on his own, and he's chasing Charlie McKenna hard. So an unfortunate start for the Echo Pirates, and they've not had a particularly good week, although they will be delighted to have landed Tom Knudsen, who's rated one of the most promising young Danes. I think Gary Allen's going to find it very hard to do better than third here, though. Charlie McKenna comfortably holding second at the moment, and Steve Lawson out in front. He'll be delighted about that. He hasn't made a particularly good start to the season, as we said. Don't want to keep harping on about that, but by Steve's standards, he hasn't been turning in too many race wins. He's comfortably won that one, though, and it's a 5-1 start to the Radio Clyde Tigers. This is Heat 2, the reserves race. Jeff Powell, the man on the inside. Next to him, the colourful Rod Cahoon. Gate 3, Jason Lyons. And on the outside, for his first ride for Poole, I think it's certainly his first ride in the National League. He has ridden for Swindon in British League a few matches. But Tom Knudsen making his debut for Poole in this race. And Rod Cahoon has gated well. And Knudsen an extravagant first corner, but that's not the way to ride Shawfield. And he's at the back. So Rod Cahoon leads, Jeff Powell pressing. Knudsen coming back inside, Jason Lyons looking determined. And Knudsen, I think, into third there, past Jason Lyons, who has a bit of a habit of having a poorish ride in Heat 2 and then setting the place alight later on. Knudsen now challenging Jeff Powell, who's as awkward as ever there in second place. Really making life difficult for the Dane, but Knudsen looks very threatening, and he looks quite an accomplished young rider already. Rod Cahoon well clear. And here's a strong challenge again from Knudsen as they go up the back straight. Knudsen past Poole into the final corner. Can he hang on? He has done. A very fine ride by the Dane. And Poole have levelled the scores. In the end, I think Jason Lyons got third. He did indeed. So a 5-1 to the Echo Pirates, and it's 6-all after 2 races. Heat 3, Battle well and truly joined now, and there's Craig Boyce, the Echo Pirates top scorer so far this season. He's on gate 1. Next to him, Shane Bowes, looking quite unfamiliar in these black and white leathers. Gate 3, it's Steve Langdon, and the man on the outside, Sean Courtney. First corner, Shane Bowes came down there, and the race not stopped. Sometimes for these first bend bunching incidents, the race will be stopped. Not that time, and Boyce and Langdon are in front. And Poole look a very determined side indeed, and they're not going to give up their league title lightly. Their attempts to sign Carl Blackbird were unsuccessful this week, and that would have made them very strong indeed. But they're still a useful squad. They're without tonight Tony Langdon, and there's Steve Langdon making rather a clot of himself, falling off at an important moment. So Shane Bowes will pick up the 3rd place. We're watching Sean Courtney, but out of the picture. I imagine Shane Bowes has taken 3rd place. Riders all over the place. No, he hasn't. Not yet. Oh, dear me. We've got 2 riders who've fallen off earlier in the race here. Steve Langdon and Shane Bowes. Bowes going for an outside pass on the last corner, but he hasn't quite made it, or has he? Tearing up the inside, and both these riders fell, remember. They had a terrific race for 3rd place, and it went to Steve Langdon in the end. A very unusual race indeed, and eventually a 4-2 to Poole, who will lead by 10 points to 8. Heat 4, we're looking at Tommy Knudsen once again. Looking at Tommy Knudsen on the inside gate. And next to him, Jeff Powell. Gate 3, it is Alan Rossiter, the skipper of the Echo Pirates, and Kenny McKenna out on the outside. And this obviously going to be a keenly contested National League match. Pirates leading by 2. And that in spite of an engine failure for Gary Chessel in heat number 1. So Tigers have a fight on their hands tonight. Tom Knudsen very close to touching the tapes there. In fact, he's gated very well in the end. Alan Rossiter makes a complete mess of the first corner, but Tom Knudsen's gone to the front. He'll be under hard pressure from Kenny McKenna, who lost control himself there. And Alan Rossiter's coming back into contention after that shocking first turn. Jeff Powell holding him off for 3rd at the moment, though. That would be a major achievement for Powell. Alan Rossiter's been injured. He missed the start of the season, but his form has been perfectly satisfactory since he came back. Jeff Powell struggling to hold the line there, giving it everything as ever, wriggling around on that machine in the most spectacular style, and holding off Alan Rossiter at the moment. Rossiter in contention now as they go into the final lap, but he's not really in the right position to strike. Jeff Powell still hanging on. Is Rossiter going to go past him? He has done there. Powell trying to come back. Knudsen scored a tremendous victory over Kenny McKenna, and he really looks very impressive indeed. And in the end, Alan Rossiter took 3rd, so it's a 4-2 to the Echo Pirates once again. They've won 3 heats on the trot, and they lead by 14 points to 10. Heat 5, Shane Bowes off gate 1 for the Radio Clyde Tigers. Gate 2 is Gary Allen. Gate 3, Sean Courtney. The man on the outside, the man who led heat number 1, Gary Chessel. Still on the same machine, I think. He's gated quite well, but Shane Bowes passed away from the inside. Who's going to come down the straight in front is Bowes. And Courtney pressing Chessel hard for 2nd. Bowes, as ever, moving wide. And, oh, the Tigers got mixed up there. They made a mess of that. And Bowes still leads, but hard pressed by Chessel. And Gary Allen, I think, just about through into third. Chesil giving Shane Bowes a very tough time up in front. Super racing. Sean Courtney's got the third place back again from Gary Allen. And Chesil trying very hard to make up for his disappointment of the opening race. But I think Shane Bowes has the lead now, and he's moved a bit clear of Gary Chesil. Chesil with Swindon last year, showing that the British League experience has done him no harm at all, although they didn't score all that many points for Swindon. Looks a very useful number one there. He's still chasing. There's not usually much profit in that wide line, and Shane Bowes hangs on to win pretty comfortably, really. 4-2 to the Radio Clyde Tigers. They've cut the deficit in half. It's now 14-16 in Poole's favour.
Shane, disappointing first outing, but you certainly showed them the way home in the heat number 5.
Yeah, a bit hard at first. I didn't quite make the start. And then Gary Allen, Gary Lang, Steve Langdon come on in, like dropped it on me, going into the corner. And I was like nearly running over his back wheel, so I sort of had to lock up a bit and just sort of span round. So then I got back up, and then he fell off, and it was a bit of a race, sort of to win the race for the third spot. But he won it, and in the next one, I made the start and just kept going from there. So hopefully I can like keep going and get out the start in the next one.
How's the ankle bearing up?
I was a bit sore. When you're out in front, and you're going for it. You know, you don't notice it. It's just the pressure on it. You know, when you hit a bump, it sort of pushes the ball up into the ankle, and it hurts a bit. But I just have to sort of grit and bear it.
Heat 6, and the Radio Clyde Tigers may be looking for a big one here. They've got their power-packed opening pairing, Steve Lawson and Charlie McKenna, up against Alan Roster, who looked just slightly suspect in his opening race, with Rod Cahoon, who was the impressive winner of heat number 2. Tigers trailing by 2, perhaps hoping to reverse that situation at the end of this race. McKenna's gated, but Steve Lawson hasn't. McKenna, Rod Cahoon, what a burst by Cahoon. Charlie McKenna hard in on him, going into the third turn, and Cahoon leads. And the Poole reserve exceeding expectations. He's ridden here before with Edinburgh. Charlie McKenna inside Cahoon now, and he's got him, I think. Forces him very wide up the back straight, and Charlie McKenna goes to the front. Now what can Steve Lawson pick up from the back? Cahoon's going very wide, but he's getting tremendous drive down the straights. Into the final lap with Steve Lawson still struggling to pick up a point. He's inside Cahoon there, but again, Cahoon's drive takes him back into third. Steve Lawson hard in again. It's not good enough, I don't think. Cahoon's hung on for a good third for him. Well done to Charlie McKenna. We kind of forgot about him in the latter stages of the race. He was clear, but a 3-all, and Poole retain their 2-point lead by 19 points to 17. We're getting some good racing tonight. Heat 7, King Kenny McKenna, the man on the inside gate. Next to him, Craig Boyce. Kenny's partner will be Jeff Powell off gate number 3. And the man on the outside is Steve Langdon. Poole still lead by 2. And the top 2 scorers, the top scorers on either side, Kenny McKenna and Craig Boyce in the inside 2 gates. And Kenny McKenna's got the better of the start. The Pirates slotting into second and third, I think. Boyce moving ahead of his partner Langdon. And onto Kenny McKenna's tail. And the spectacular Craig Boyce is the kind of man who will try everything to come from the back, perhaps even at times when he ought to be settling for a safe position. He's not that kind of rider at all. He goes for it, and he's going for it here. He's right on Kenny's tail. Very rare for Kenny McKenna to be taken from the back here, and I don't think he's going to be this time, but Boyce is certainly giving it a go. entertaining stuff from Craig Boyce. He's trying really hard to catch Kenny McKenna. And Boyce is right there at the finish. Kenny McKenna had a length to spare over the highly impressive Craig Boyce. Steve Langdon took third. Jeff Powell, I think, must have fallen off because he's finished about half a lap behind. So a 3-all there, a terrific race up front, and Pirates still lead by 22 points to 20.
Well, Craig, the Poole Echo Pirates are 2 points ahead. Are they hoping to hold on to that lead or extend it?
Yeah, well, at the moment everybody seems to be going okay, and if everybody keeps going, I think we might be able to win.
The team seems to be operating quite cohesively as well.
Yeah, well, we've got Tom Knudsen in the team now, and he's doing quite well, and team spirit's up a bit, so we might be all right.
And how are conditions tonight?
Pardon?
How are conditions tonight?
Yeah, the track's pretty slick and a little bit rough. I would have liked it with a bit more dirt on the track, but you can't help. Everybody's got to ride the same track, so it's not too bad.
Well, go for it, and thanks a lot for speaking to us.
Thanks very much.
Heat number 8 of this very tight match. That's Jason Lyons on the inside, and Tigers are looking for him to start producing some of his sparkle. Next to him, Tom Knudsen. We've already seen plenty of sparkle from him. He's unbeaten after 2 rides. So is the man in gate 3, Charlie McKenna. And on the outside, Gary Allen, who hasn't done a great deal for the Echo Pirates so far. Just 2 points in it still. Once again, Knudsen is creeping forward there. Allows Charlie McKenna to get the jump on the first corner with, I think, the Echo Pirates, yes, just moving into second and third. Jason Lyons will be looking to come from the back against this pair, particularly Gary Allen. The Dane Knudsen once again looking good. Jason Lyons, I think, has spun off down there, just out of the picture. And Knudsen having the audacity to go inside Charlie McKenna. Not many people pass him that way. Of course, he doesn't probably know who Charlie McKenna is. Oh, Knudsen very hard there and very wide. And that's certainly not the place to be. Knudsen's still there, though. And I must say I'm highly impressed with this Dane. I'm sure everybody is. But Charlie McKenna's heading him. And Charlie McKenna looks like maintaining his unbeaten run if he can withstand this last bend challenge from Knudsen. Terrific riding by the Dane, but Charlie McKenna hangs on by half a wheel. What a tremendous race. And we're getting some great stuff tonight. Charlie McKenna stays unbeaten. His third race of the night, he's unbeaten. He split the race there, but Pirates still hold that vital 2-point advantage by 25 points to 23.
Well, Charlie, you seem to be having quite a successful night.
I've put together three good gates. 3 good gates, and the way the track is tonight, very slick. That's the way to do it. Out that starting. Gone. Here.
And can Glasgow make up the 2 points they're behind by?
Hopefully. They've got 7 good riders, and every one of them's capable of, I'm talking about Poole, that is, they're all capable of winning races by the looks of things. Hopefully we'll pull it back in the later stages, but hope for the best.
Well, Tommy Knudsen's doing very well for number 7.
His hair was blonde the last time I saw him. He looks older with dark hair, but he's taking a wee while to get back into it.
Okay, good luck for the rest of his match.
Thanks very much.
Into the second half of the match now. That's Poole skipper Alan Ruster on the inside gate. Next to him, Sean Courtney for the Radio Clyde Tigers. Gate 3, Rod Cahoon, quick out the start tonight. And on the outside, Shane Bowes. So we've had the 2-point gap now for 3 races. Can the Tigers close it here? But it's the Pirates who pulled ahead going into the corner, and Alan Ruster leads. Now what can Rod Cahoon do? He's in 3rd place at the moment, but he'll be under strong pressure from Bowes. And Sean Courtney just hanging on to 2nd on the inside. Very tight for 2nd and 3rd. Bowes hard in there on Cahoon, and I think he's gone past him. Cahoon coming back. Cahoon leaving big gaps. And Shane Bowes is through. So the Tigers have worked into a race-sharing position once again, but Alan Ruster still clear. Shane Bowes, remember, riding with a broken ankle tonight. It doesn't seem to be affecting him too much. That's a good win for Alan Ruster, who's coming into his own now, and that gap still 2 points, 28-26 in favour of Poole.
Well, Pete, your team's 2 points ahead. Are you quite pleased with your track tactics tonight so far?
Well, I think so. Obviously, we were a little bit disappointed in not having Carl Blackbird here tonight, but those things have gone against us. But young Tommy's come in and he's doing a tremendous job. And hopefully, by the end of the night, we'll sneak away with 2 points.
Does this, the arrival of Tommy, mean that the Blackbird scenario's finished?
Yes, it has, because now he's ridden for Edinburgh, and he rode last night at Middlesbrough, I believe, and that is now finished now, because it's the management committee said that he had to go to Edinburgh, and that's where he's now gone.
You look as if you picked yourself up a handy number 7, though.
Yes, it's taken a couple of days of real hard work and a lot of travel and a lot of organisation, and it wasn't until about 1:45 that I was absolutely sure that Tommy would be riding tonight when he got his ACU licence.
Well, let's hope that things work out for Tommy and for yourself. Thanks a lot, Pete.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed.
Heat 10, it's the top Tigers pairing of Lawson and Charlie McKenna up against Steve Langdon, who's there on the inside gate, and Craig Boyce. So this will be another vital one. Charlie McKenna unbeaten after 3 rides now, but I think he's meeting the top pirate here. Can he maintain that unbeaten run, and can Steve Lawson get back into the scoring groove? I think Charlie McKenna's just about hit the front once again. Steve Langdon almost holding him off down the back straight, and Steve Lawson in the picture as well, really tight. Here comes Boyce round the outside. Boyce chasing Charlie McKenna. Charlie's on song tonight, he's gating superbly, he's fighting hard, and he's leading this one again. Steve Lawson trying to pick up third from Steve Langdon. And really he must. The Tigers are to strike back at the Pirates' advantage. Craig Boyce pressing hard on Charlie McKenna, and he's through. Boyce absolutely flying there. Tremendous riding by Boyce. He's gone to the front. And I think once Boyce hits the front, unless he makes a mistake, that's probably that. Now what's happening for third? Steve Langdon still hanging on, but Lawson putting him under great pressure, and Lawson drives hard inside Langdon. He's got third. Some much needed fire from the Tigers skipper there. Tremendous racing all round, and Craig Boyce a magnificent victory. Charlie McKenna's first defeat, but the Tigers split it again, and that gap, you've guessed it, 2 points. 31-29 in favour of Pirates. Heat 11 coming into this one to replace Gary Allen, the man on the inside in the frilled leathers, Tom Knudsen. Next to him, Kenny McKenna. Gate 3, Gary Chessel, and the man on the outside, Jason Lyons. And what would the Tigers give for a bit of Jason Lyons' magic here? They really need it. It's still 2 down. And the tape's held for quite some time there, but Kenny McKenna is the quickest starter, and here comes Jason Lyons. That Jason Lyons' magic is working again. He's into second here. This could be the vital breakthrough for the Tigers. Chessel in third place chasing. And the Pirates trying so hard. But Jason Lyons hanging on in second. He's great at producing the unexpected, Jason Lyons. And the Pirates are not with him now. Oh, Jason almost down there. Now the Dane Knudsen moves into third. And I think the pressure's on Jason. I think he's feeling it. He's hanging on though. Brilliant riding by Lyons. And this is going to put the Tigers in front if he can hang on in this final corner. Tigers fans go wild. Lyons has done it. He's taken second. The breakthrough the Tigers were waiting for. A brilliant 5-1 there, and the hero once again, Jason Lyons. Tigers lead by 34 points to 32.
How's tonight's meeting going?
How's this meeting? It's not very well for me at the moment. We just got a 5-1 against, so hopefully we can pull our way. Hopefully we can get back into the frame of it and win it.
How's the season started?
Season for me personally is not going down the drain by each meeting. It's not going very well. Each meeting I seem to be getting worse and worse, so I've certainly got to pull my finger out and get something done about it, because I'm the only one who can help myself. So.
And do Poole look like they could maybe regain the league championship?
Yeah, we'll win it again, no problem.
Very confident, thank you.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks.
Well, Kenny, a good 5-1, and wasn't it needed?
Oh, badly needed. I didn't actually realise we've been that busy since the start of the meeting, changing things on our bikes, because the track's very, very slick tonight. And when somebody said we were 2 down, I think maybe that was all the motivation we needed. Jason was brilliant, he was right in there behind me. That's what we needed.
Just a good confidence booster, that?
I think it's what we need, yeah, we need a good kick up the backside, I think, and maybe a wee bit of help at the start. But yeah, we're firing now, so let's hope we can finish it off.
Well, let's hope we can keep ahead, and thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Heat 12, can the Tigers hang on now they're in front? Steve Lawson on the inside gate, will that inspire him to victory? Gate 2, it's Steve Langdon for the Echo Pirates. Gate 3, Shane Bowes, and on the outside, Alan Rossiter. And a lot of responsibility on the shoulders of the Echo Pirates captain here. Pirates have hit the front. Rossiter leads. Steve Langdon goes with him. Now, Rossiter's well known for his team riding, but he's not positioned terribly well. Steve Langdon's the man who's going to have to do a lot of the work here. Rossiter staying with him, holding a wide line and looking after his partner. Steve Lawson's in 3rd place, but he's putting them not under any pressure at the moment. And Shane Bowes, I wonder if Shane is feeling the effect of that ankle. He's dropping back. Steve Lawson trying to get into contention. He's already passed Steve Langdon once, but he's not quite with them at the moment. And Alan Rossiter is making the position awkward for Lawson by just occupying that outside place. And Langdon and Rossiter almost getting tangled up there. But coming to the final corner now, Rossiter goes ahead. And they've pulled off the 5-1, I think. Rossiter acknowledges the victory, a 5-1 to the Echo Pirates, a disappointing ride by the Tigers, and I do feel that Shane Bowes may just be suffering now. So the Echo Pirates lead now by 37 points to 35. Moving into the final stages now, the Tigers chasing once again. That's Sean Courtney going off the inside gate. Next to him, Gary Chessel, the Pirates #1, just 2 points so far. Gate 3 will be Kenny McKenna, there he is. And out on the outside, Craig Boyce. Another tight-looking race. Got the better of it this time, although Boyce threatening on the outside. Kenny McKenna moves to the front. Craig Boyce in 2nd, Sean Courtney in 3rd. And that man Boyce is prepared to chase even Kenny McKenna. Kenny's such a good starter. Perhaps his form isn't quite as good as it was last year, but he skates so well and he's such a powerful rider that he still gets the big scores, and he's on his way to another big one tonight. He's now, I think, well clear. Oh, for goodness sake, he's fallen off. Spoke too soon there. That's totally unexpected. I wonder if there was any mechanical problem there. It's probably the first time Kenny's fallen when he's been in front here at Shawfield. Back at the race, Craig Boyce leads. And Sean Courtney hanging on to 2nd narrowly from Gary Chessel. So a rather dramatic occurrence there, and the Tigers lose a 4-2 and drop 4 behind, 37-41, with just 3 races left to pull it back. Tigers have already had some Jason Lyons magic tonight. They're looking for some more here. He's on the outside gate, the 3 men inside him: Rod Cahoon, Charlie McKenna, who's only dropped 1 point, Tom Knudsen, the impressive Dane, and there's Jason on the outside. Tigers trail by 4. They would very much like to pull it all back here. Tremendous tension. With him, Tom Knudsen in third, and Knudsen, again tremendously impressive, comes to the front. The Echo Pirates lead, but Charlie McKenna threatening, and I thought he'd gone past Knudsen there, not quite. And the inexperienced Dane doing a tremendous job, and oh, he's gone tearing past Rod Cahoon, good heavens. He must have wanted to get clear at front. Cahoon will now be under pressure from Charlie McKenna, who attacks on the inside almost invariably. Charlie McKenna right on Rod Cahoon's tail now as they go into the final lap, and Charlie must pick up something here. Jason Lyons not able to produce the magic this time. And the Echo Pirates have gone close to victory there. A 5-1 Knudsen and Cahoon over Charlie McKenna. The Pirates lead by 46 points to 38, and Tigers need a miracle now.
Well, Neil, if you were a betting man, would you have a couple of bob on Poole?
Yes. Thank you, Christopher. Now listen, every time you ask me if we're going to win, and I say confidently we're going to win, we get humped. And every time I say we're going to lose, we win. So I made a mistake at the start, we're going to win. That, I tell you, good team Poole, no doubt about it. But there again, let's be honest, we're not strong enough. That's bottom line of it, Chris. We've got to do something about it. We're not pulling it all together. 9 riders, we're not good enough. Simple as that. We've got to do something about it.
And 9 riders, and why aren't we still not strong enough?
I think everyone else is too strong for us, and we're going to get knocked down here and killed because the tractor once said, take care. See you later.
Heat 15 and its last throw of the dice time for the Radio Clyde Tigers. They're bringing in Charlie McKenna here to partner his brother Kenny. Charlie replacing Sean Courtney, who's got 7 points, but Charlie the better bet, I think. I think that's a correct decision. The opposition coming from Poole skipper Alan Roster, who's grown more impressive as the night's gone on, and Steve Langdon, who teamed up with Roster for a 5-1 in their last ride. So the Tigers must get a 5-1 here and a 5-1 in the last race to get a draw. That's a very tall order, but they'll be giving it everything they've got, I'm certain of that. And they've gated well there. Kenny leads and Charlotte's going with them. So the Tigers are keeping it alive. Rossiter's dropped right to the back. Steve Langdon in third. And Langdon falls. Now Langdon's back on board, so he hasn't stopped the race, and Rossiter is just touring. So the Echo Pirates certainly want to pick up one here, or else they'll be in danger of losing the match. So the McKennas have done their job here. Charlie in front from Kenny. Where are the Echo Pirates? They're both still going, so they're going to get their 1 point, I think. Tigers keep it alive. Charlie's going to win it. Or is he? Yes, Charlie wins it because Kenny wheelies. So a 5-1 to the Tigers, 47-43. The Echo Pirates lead as they go into the final race, and Tigers need another 5-1 to to draw the match. Heat 16, a tremendous finish. Tigers needing a 5-1 for a draw. Poole not letting up. They're putting in Tom Knudsen in place of Gary Chessel, who's been fairly disappointing. His partner, the tremendous Craig Boyce. For Glasgow, Steve Lawson will go off the outside gate, and Shane Bowes off gate 2. So these two Tigers, not at the top of their form so far tonight, need to pull off a miracle 5-1 for the Tigers to take a draw in this match. Can they do it? And it's Lawson, I think, and Bowes goes down at the first corner. What's the referee going to say about that? Is the race carrying on? At the moment it seems to be. And the Pirates have gone to the front. Bowes is off the track, and Knudsen's fallen now. Now he's got to get himself clear of the track, or else, well, of course the Tigers needed a 5-1, so they can't do it now anyway. But the race is stopped. And Tom Knudsen making a poor finish to what's been a fine evening for him. This is Heat 16's rerun, and now a little bit of an anti-climax to what's been a very fine match. Only two riders, Tom Knudsen obviously excluded, and Shane Bowes out as well. And if only Shane Bowes could have got up and remounted, Tigers would still be in with a chance. They can't do anything about it now. Steve Lawson and Craig Boyce go in the last race, and will Steve Lawson finish with a morale-boosting win? He's gone to the front. Craig Boyce may be reasonably content just to sit in there for second place. Poole have won whether he finishes or not. And Craig Boyce will be the man that we'll see in a few moments race Kenny McKenna for the league's Silver Helmet Match Race Championship, which is held by Kenny at the moment. He was the holder at the end of last season. Craig Boyce will challenge him for that. I think it's fair to say that he's just touring in this last race to pick up the final 2 points, which will complete Poole's victory. Steve Lawson's going to take the win. It hasn't been much of a night for Steve, to be honest. He won Heat 1, he won Heat 16, but in between he had a tough time. He's into the final lap now. But a home defeat for the Tigers, quite a surprise. Steve Lawson takes the 3 points, Tigers move on to 46, but the two that Craig Boyce has just picked up put the Echo Pirates on 49, and I think, to be fair, Poole deserved that victory. It was a good match, we saw some great racing, and the Tigers fans, a very sporting bunch. I'm sure they'll give the Echo Pirates an excellent reception. We've got the Silver Helmet Match Race coming up shortly.
A bit of niggling at the start of that race, Charlie.
Well, we went into that race needing a 5-1 just to draw. So you've got nothing to lose. I mean, whatever you can get to stick in the first corner, you'll stick it in, no matter what, you know, what the outcome is. If you drop it yourself, well, it's tough cheddar. But you've got to give it 120% in the first corner. And a last heat decider like that, I mean, you can't back off an inch. Kenny and myself, we did the business in the one previous to that. We needed a 5-1. Well, for the last two races, we needed 2 5-1s just to level it. And Kenny and myself gave it whatnot and did the business in that one. But a bit of pushing there, and just so happens that Shane came off. But what Shane should have done there was picked his, I don't know if he was fit or hurt or what, but the way I see it, he should have picked his bike back up again and chased. Then when that Tommy Knudsen fell off, even if he'd managed, even if the race hadn't been stopped, Shane would still have been in the race, and the chance of getting round before that boy had got himself going again, and picked up 1 point, maybe 2 bonus points. These young boys, I don't know, I need to have a word with them. You should always pick, the race is never finished with a checkered flag, no matter if you're lying about in the track, you should always pick the bike back up. Always worth picking back up.
Thanks very much for your opinion.
Okie dokie.
There they are in close-up. Rod Cahoon with his 70s hairstyle at the front. Alan Roster in the cap. He's a bit of a fashion king. Steve Langdon, Gary Allen, Gary Chessel, and Tom Knudsen. I got them all this time. A grand reception from the Tigers fans, and the Silver Helmet Match Race coming up in a moment.
Kenny, how are you feeling at the moment?
Busy.
Here are the contestants for tonight's Silver Helmet Match Race Championship. Kenny McKenna ready at the gate. He lost the toss. Craig Boyce won the toss, and he'll take the inside gate when he gets here. And it's going to be a tough first defence of the season for Kenny McKenna. We've seen how well Craig Boyce has been going. He perhaps had the advantage here in starting gates. He's not taking the inside gate, which tends to be the best gate at Shawfield. He's going off gate 2. Kenny McKenna getting a tremendous roar of encouragement from the Tigers fans. They will desperately want Kenny to hang on to this coveted trophy. And Kenny will be giving it everything. Boyce has gated better. Kenny McKenna trying to go round him, and it's going to be tight up the back straight. Boyce leads. McKenna aiming for a charge. He couldn't really put in a challenge there. Boyce swings wide. Kenny McKenna coming inside him. Boyce leads after one lap. And Boyce in tremendous form this season. He's pulling away. It's looking good for the Pirates Aussie. Two laps gone. Kenny McKenna not able to challenge yet. Tremendous speed Boyce is showing. Kenny McKenna perhaps inching slightly closer as they go into the final lap. He's still got a lot to do. And Boyce just has to ride this final corner safely. He's done it. He's taken the silver helmet from Kenny McKenna.
Well, Craig, you must be quite pleased with your new trophy.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I've been trying to go for the silver helmet for the last 2 years and finally got the chance and I won it, so it's great.
So I take it you're intending to hold on to it?
Yeah, well, it's going to be a tough meeting tomorrow night against Berwick, and if all things go well, you know, I should be able to hold on to it, so just have to see how it goes.
And Poole seemed quite a tough team tonight.
Yeah, well, we've got a new reserve in the team, Tom Knudsen. He's going extremely well. And the team spirit was up tonight, a bit higher team spirit than what we have been having lately. And everybody worked together, and a lot of team effort, and it was good.
So did you enjoy your visit to the Glasgow tartan track?
Yeah, I enjoyed the place. I enjoyed riding around here, and I think it's a nice place.
Well, it'll be nice to see you back next year, or even sooner. Thanks a lot, Craig Boyce.
Thanks very much.
Well, Kenny, it's finally gone at last. The silver helmet's gone to Craig Boyce.
Yeah, what can I say? Guy beat me. I don't need to worry about polishing it anymore.
The crowd seemed to be behind you all the way, even though you lost it. You must be quite pleased about that.
I'm glad somebody was behind me. Unfortunately, Craig Boyce was in front of me. But one of these things, Craig was good. He made the start, he got to the first corner first, and the way the track was tonight, there was very little chance of passing without a mistake, and Craig never made a mistake.
Is that what caused your uncustomary tumble?
Yeah, uncustomary. I'm glad they're uncustomary. Yeah, it was just the track's very a wee bit bumpy going to the third turn, and it's very marbly, and I just hit them wrong and lost my balance basically and sat down like a pound of mince.
The teams don't seem to be pulling together. What do you think's the problem?
The problem is we've all got problems, if that makes sense. When the team's going well and one guy's got a problem, it's very easy to pull that guy up. But unfortunately, there's 5 or 6 guys in the team that have all got problems. Tonight, Charlie was the only one without a problem, and you know, it's very difficult to motivate if you're not going well yourself. And this is a problem. Too many of us are struggling.
Do you just think one of these matches it's just all going to click together?
That usually is the way it happens. You're all out or all in type thing. So I'm hoping that maybe this week we've got 3 meetings in 3 days, and that's a good way to get things sorted out. You're racing consistently for 3 days, and it gives you time to experiment and get things sorted out. And by the end of the 3 days, you should be sorted.
Well, let's hope that that's the story next week, Kenny. Thanks a lot.
Thanks very much.
Well, Alan, that was quite an exciting match tonight.
Yeah, it's very good, you know, it's good, you know, the supporters were excellent out there, the home supporters was very good, and it was a good win for us.
And the Glasgow crowd seemed to be cheering for you as well.
Yeah, as I said, you know, we couldn't believe it, you know, sort of their attitude was really good, you know, we don't get that sort of from many away supporters, do you?
And did you enjoy yourself here tonight?
Pardon?
Did you enjoy yourself here tonight?
Yeah, we did, you know, it's nice to come away, because we've been under a lot of pressure, obviously, because we won the league last year. And we come away, and this is our first league match, and we won it, you know. And hopefully it will shut up a few people up, because they keep saying that we're not as good as last year. As long as a few of the other riders get their acts together, the proof's in the pudding tonight that, you know, we're going to be up the top again.
So you're current league champions and KO Cup finalists, aiming for the same again this year?
Oh, most definitely, yeah. You know, the boys will be there, you know, keeping it going, and if they do, I can't see why not we can't repeat the same again.
There was a few structural problems at Poole Stadium which was putting their season in jeopardy. Is that all sorted out now?
Yeah, that's all fine now. We're all back to running smooth as anything, and, you know, it's looking good down there.
And with your new signing today, things should certainly be hotting up at Poole.
That's right, there'll be a few riders that, you know, having to go for their team place, so hopefully that'll buck a few of them up, realising that, you know, their places are in jeopardy, so hopefully that they'll go for it.
All the best. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
Well, Tommy, did you enjoy yourself tonight?
Yeah? I don't know what it means.
Did you have a good time racing at Sheffield tonight?
Yeah, it's very cool team.
Do you enjoy the stadium?
Yeah, it's very good.
Do you think you'll enjoy racing for Poole?
Yeah. Enjoying my team here, guys.
Right, okay, right. Let's think. Right, I'll tell you what, right, we'll cut just now, and I'll tell you what I'm going to ask you. Well, Martin, the sun's shining bright, and looks like a nice night for Speedway tonight.
Oh yeah, it's nice to nice when the sun's shining. It should be quite a hard match tonight.
Do you think we'll pull the points out of the bag?
Come again?
Do you think we'll win?
Shut up! I think it should be a good match also. Right. You didn't even get that.
Probably not. I think it's complete like that.
That's all for the areas of Clay Tigers.